Hello, everybody, and welcome to Off the Shelf Reviews Red Dead Adventures, episode 49. I'm your host, Ian Buckingham, and I wasn't too sure if I should come back on and do another episode. I mean, it's Friday the 13th, actually. Friday the 13th of December, 2019. And, you know, I'll be honest. I'm doing this episode for me. I am doing this stream today for me because, well, we had a general election last night. I wasn't going to get political. I really wasn't, but I feel it's unavoidable. It was going to come up at some point. The Conservatives won the general election last night. So I'm doing this recording now, just in case. Morning daydreaming, Davey. Friday the 13th, and fittingly the Tories are in charge. Matthias, do not mention the election. Oh fuck. No, Matthias. No. And this is exactly why I'm doing this right now. I don't feel I should be, told what not to do when I kind of feel like, it needs to be done. Like, I don't vote. I'm just going to put it out there. I don't vote. I'm not a voter. I don't care what people say. I have many reasons, and I can list all of the reasons for everybody if you want me to, but let's just stick with the moment that I don't vote. And I sat in bed last night with the wife. She'd voted Labour, and she mouthed her distaste that I don't every year, every time there's an election. She says, you should, and I tell her the reasons why. And I sat in bed with her last night, and I said to her, honey, what if they win tomorrow in a landslide? Never gonna happen. I was like, really? I was just like, really? You're just gonna nope, it's not gonna happen. And I sat there and when somebody says to me, like, I'm old enough now, when somebody says to me, it's never gonna happen, there's quite a high chance, maybe a little chance, tiny, insignificant, 1% chance that thing's gonna fucking happen. And I'm doing this recording, like I said, I'm doing this recording personally for myself, because if tomorrow or at some point in the future, Boris Johnson or whoever's in charge of the country says, hey, yeah, you know what? We're going to build a wall around the country because we think it's a really good idea. It's going to be Escape from New York all over again. It's time to watch Escape from New York. Or maybe Escape from LA. Morning, Edward Hinton. Morning, Aaron J. I was just voicing the reasons of why I'm streaming this morning. All right, okay, but I still got to do my stuff. I still got to get my challenges. Jump onto a horse from 3 meters in height. That means I got to fall off a building. That's going to be entertaining. Fish, free roams, showdowns. Yeah, okay. Okay, we need to find a building to drop off, fall onto. I mean, okay, let's not be around the bush. I was saying this to the wife this morning. And I'll say to anybody who wants to, democracy was at work. I'm surprised you're not playing Friday the 13th game. Just a hell of a... I know I should have. Gary would have loved that. Just noticed that bit of posse behind me, actually. There's 3 guys behind me. Yeah, I would have. Yeah, you know me. I would have been on it. If I had it, like, I could get a couple of challenges done and then jump onto it, but I don't have it. So I should probably get it. Should probably get it in before next year, before obviously the wall drops around the whole country. Jump up on the... Yeah, there we go. There we go. A wall to keep the Scottish out. That's the thing. I mean, so you're telling me that some Scots people actually voted for the Tories? I know a vast majority of them came from the north, and I do have a sneaky suspicion that the Tories might have pulled what the Americans did to get Kennedy in. So I don't know if you know your history. I only researched this while I was learning about the Irishman, but John F. Kennedy wasn't in the running to win the election in America at the time, and it was only through his father's workings with the local mafia that votes flooded in, and obviously Kennedy won, but then didn't keep the promises that he was supposed to, so he ended up obviously meeting a bit of a sticky ending. What if they do the same with Boris Johnson? Close shot. There it is. Because that was a large number. I mean, the last I saw it was like 358 to 190 Labour. That's a big difference. That's just, we're not talking, oh, it was close and then he just pulled ahead. We're talking clear cut. Boris Johnson was in the lead. And I sit there and I'm like, honestly, as a person, as somebody who didn't vote, obviously, you know, like my wife says, well, you can't really say much, and I'm like, well, that's fine. I'll just stream it on off the shelf, and maybe cause anarchy. And the result just shows you how well a constant stream of right-wing propaganda works these days. Morning, Silver Spike. See, now you bring into the concept of propaganda. Now that's an interesting topic, isn't it? Because social media has played a very, very big part in the vote, especially today's, especially last night's one. People were all over the internet, and that's where I kind of was sitting there thinking, maybe that's the mistake. Did more people like did they take into account the votes that you could do online? I'm still waiting for it to turn around and be like, oh, actually, sorry, we got it wrong. It's 358 Jeremy Corbyn and 190 Boris Johnson. But it's too late now. I mean, Jeremy Corbyn has stepped down as of this moment. Like 9:15, he is not the leader of the Labour Party, which is strange. I'm fucking doomed. A hard Brexit will cut off my supply of my heart meds. I say hold out. And it's crazy for me to actually say that because, other people held out back in the day and that didn't turn out too well for them. But the alternatives are to storm the city with pitchforks and flaming torches and oust them out. I'm talking like 15th century style. But you don't really want to do that either. It's a crazy concept. It's like I said, I thought it would get political this episode, but I'm kind of glad it is because I'm looking at you guys. I'm reading the chat with you guys, and obviously not a lot of people wanting to talk about it, but it's going to be talked about for a while. Morning, Super View. Too many people living in social media bubbles, political greenhouses, without much desire to reach out to others. Yeah. But it's for me trying to understand how the hatred for somebody like Jeremy Corbyn, because I couldn't trust the Labour Party, if I'm completely honest. Like I said, there are many reasons why I didn't vote. One of the reasons is because I've never trusted the Labour Party and I never trusted the Conservatives. And throughout my whole entire life, since the day I was born, it has always been red versus blue. The Tories are the rich elitists, and the Labour Party obviously works for the common man. But it always has seemed to me that it's a case of keeping the country in line for 4 years so that we can vote again and put something else forward to keep another 4 years going. Now, the privatisation of the NHS, yes, from where I stand, from where my viewpoint is that we do have it better off than the Americans. The Americans have a kind of insurance. Never been to America, have never had to get one. So they have to have money in the bank to be able to pay for the operations. I mean, I understand how insurance works for cars and things, because I have that. And it boggles my mind where I don't understand where the money doesn't just go to the emergency funds. Why do we pay politicians so much? Why is it that, Boris Johnson can earn in a week what a nurse has to earn in 2 years? Some people might say, well, oh, it's because he's hey Campbell. Hey Campbell, we're getting political here. He doesn't mind. See, this guy lives in New Zealand, and it's not even that better over there, really. I mean, those guys just had a volcano like 5 days ago. So, and where have we got here? Who else have we got? Morning, Adrian Mendoza. Did you vote? No, I didn't, Adrian. I was just explaining my reasons of why I didn't. I didn't trust the Labour Party, but obviously I don't trust the Conservatives. The one time I ever did vote, I voted for the Liberal Democrats, and they handed all of their votes to the Conservatives, and David Cameron became the face of the country for X amount of years, which was always an issue I had. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of attitude, isn't it? Like I said to my wife last night, like imagine if I'd voted for the Conservatives. I didn't trust the Labour Party, but just for the hell of it, just for shits or giggles, just because I can do whatever the fuck I want because I'm a free man, I'm gonna vote for the one person that everybody hates. She said to me, that would have been terrible. But I would have used it. And even my son said to me this morning, my son's 10, he's been learning this stuff in school. He says to me, Dad, people died for your vote. And I said, okay, but people have been dying since before I was even born over democracy and standing with your fellow man. I mean, I was only yesterday listening to speeches said by Orson Welles, by Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln puts forward the vote while they've got the American Civil War going on to release all the slaves. And it's like, that's absolutely brilliant. Then again, in fairness, he only really did it so that they could have more troops on their side to fight the South. And I was just like, the concept of freedom is just... I want to overthink it. The freedom that Boris Johnson has to be able to stand in front of everybody and say, you've voted me in, I am your God at this moment. Stand him next to Donald Trump, I'm like, it's everything that we ever wanted, isn't it? It's everything that we always said it was going to be. It's just being given to us now. Campbell, what am I doing? I'm looking for a building to jump off. It's something large, so I can land on Artex. At least 3 meters. That will do. Oh, actually, there's some stairs down here. Oh, can I climb up there? Yeah. But the concept of you have the vote to be free, yes, and with that vote you can do anything you want with it. It is the free roam event. Do I need to just play one? It's the concept of being free to experience what comes with that. I mean, we're still not pulling people out of their homes just yet. The concept of people dying, homeless people obviously dying on the streets. Homeless people have always been there. We have social media, though, to thank. Of the what have you climbed? Oh yeah, actually that will. I'm just trying to find a place to park Artex as well. Yeah. Whoa. Oh, man. I turned my back for 2 seconds. You fall off the building. See, I would describe myself as a left-leaning centrist. I just became a centrist. Hate parts of the left and right. In my opinion, the next 5 years is going to be horrendous. More disabled and poor will die. Of that, I'm sure, to say nothing of changing of workers' rights. Workers' rights have always been in horrible. And, maybe a bit too high. And see, we all know they have offshore accounts, right? The rich, they don't pay the taxes. This is what I don't understand is they don't pay the taxes. They're free not to pay their taxes and ship their money offshore. Who's that? I don't know. Ducky Karma. Hey, Ducky Karma. Ducky Karma. He's a level 24. Okay. But if they, no, way too high. But if they paid, if the rich paid their taxes, then the poor wouldn't have to pay so much of their taxes, which would mean everything would even out. It's the concept of greed. I suppose that's what I can't wrap my head around, because I mean, I have enough. Ah, man, on my face. Or I work just for enough, I suppose. Is it wrong to think it would be nice to see Boris Johnson accidentally take a wrong turning down a tunnel? I don't know what horrible can be then. No. I mean, I suppose I don't. But then again, I know how to handle. I suppose I do have to take care of people. You know, I'm not obviously completely against myself. You know, it isn't just me. That's what I'm saying. You know, I do have to take care of others, and I always put others first. So I don't actually have a lot to start off with. I've always not had really a lot. I'm okay, but not, you know, I'm not like Scrooge McDuck swimming around in a pool of gold. And then yet you see the social, you see that's why I suppose that's why I stem away from social media, you know, and it also comes back to I suppose off the shelf. You know, I love everything that we do here off the shelf, but this is why I'm never saying to you guys like, oh, you have to subscribe and like and donate and put us to the top of the pile, you know, so that we are the best of the best of the best, sir, with honours, because you know then I can be Scrooge McDuck and get a swimming pool, you know, and swim around in a pool of gold. You know, I know what it's like for everybody else, so I'm just like, hey, you know, let's just not go too heavy on it for the moment, yeah. Got him. I got him. Let's just kind of give back to the community, yeah? Let's give you guys something to get through the day. Oh, he's lost his hat. Got him. Ah! Run. Ag. Go. I mean, I still have to go to work as well. I said this this today. You know, regardless of what the vote would have been today, I would have still had to have gone back to work and done my job. And, you know, toilets still need cleaning, bins still need emptying, the world still goes round. Dude, come on. You know, I will do my bit because that's the right thing to do. Yes, there's those out there who don't, but we know about them, don't we? Oh, man, I'm out of ammo. Silver Spike, God, I woke up so bloody depressed today. Don't be depressed, Silver Spike. The sun still goes up and down, and you know there are still even though there is a complete frigging, you know, in a lot of people's minds, you know, complete chimpanzee running a country. You know, there is a complete chimpanzee running a country over in America too. I hear. I haven't been over there myself, but you know, you it's the British way, isn't it? I suppose that's the worst thing. I'm Scottish. My parents were Scottish, and the British way is to have a cup of tea and carry on. You know, we've had 9 years of austerity, and yet most of the UK apparently want more of the same. I know it's crazy, right? It's absolutely crazy. But that's the thing. That's where I stand. Where I'm like, it's been 9 years. Where where has it been 9 years since I voted? Because like I said, I voted for the Liberal Democrats. Leading up to the Liberal Democrats, you had the whole aspect um, with Tony Blair, you know, and the war in Afghanistan and all that kind of stuff. And you know, let's not, you know, can we go into? Do we want to go there? You know, that's like going back a few years. Um, but then something happened, and the Tories got in, and it's now the 9th year, and we're going to be 2020 soon, and still no flying cars. You know, madness. This country is now really fucked. It was always it's always kind of been fucked. You know, we've just watched it from the inside. I look over, but then we say fucked, and it's like, but we could be worse, couldn't we? I mean, let's not argue the fact that there is probably somewhere a civil war going on in a Middle Eastern country where a jet is just bombing something because somebody somewhere is stockpiling weapons. You know, there is. Are there still African warlords? You know, we are still free to walk down the street, and I suppose that's the contradiction of Western countries. We have democracy, and we will be happy to vote for what we have, but we will fight for it as well. You know, even though people do spit and shout at racist, sexist comments, you know, it makes everybody else aware of it and gets us all to say, hang on a minute, no, you can't, you don't get to fucking say that. Has it gone to the point though where maybe the vote actually maybe doesn't mean anything? Because tomorrow he could be dead, and somebody else would have to be in charge. Wouldn't it be funny if they turned around to Jeremy Corbyn in about 6 months and said, "Mr. Corbyn, can you come back? We'd like you to come back." Why? Well, because actually we've realised. But it'll probably how to hold a political conversation while under fire. Cover. They'll want another war. I mean, it's been a while since there was a war where, you know, it was a focus for the country. But nobody wants another war. We're sick and tired of war. We want something else. Like our parents. Well, I mean, I say it's weird to say that. Our parents, being a parent, our parents obviously went through it with theirs. You know, and it got to say, shit. It got to say this stage, Did I get my challenge? Yeah. At least I got my challenge. Makes me laugh. Get Brexit done will take bloody years. It's a complex issue that will affect us all. Yeah. Yeah. Well, then it's all your fault that Boris is in office. No, I thought it was the voters that got him into office. See, if I'd voted, I would have voted for Jeremy Corbyn, and then Jeremy Corbyn would have been in office. But if I'd voted, my one vote would have made it 193, and Boris Johnson would have still been in office. So, in hindsight, you know, when it comes to that, I was thinking this today. There's going to be a lot of finger pointing of blame, but it's democracy, isn't it? People voted, and they voted for that guy. It would have been some to Boris Johnson is just the face of the party, isn't he? Like I said, he could accidentally fall down some stairs tomorrow, and the Tories would still have the position to put somebody in, or they would have to hold another election. Where is he? He's over here. There he is. He's there. Oh, he's... Go. Have you got a bag? No. I'll grab a bag. I'm grabbing a bag. I'm going for it. Ah! Oh, I'm dead. Why do you think Labour lost? Because not a lot of people voted for them. But then again, I couldn't vote for a party in which I didn't trust. You know, Jeremy Corbyn seemed to be everything that we wanted. No, well, I mean, it wasn't exactly what I wanted, because the Labour Party, the policies are. Why does the party have a policy? You know, why don't the people get to write the policies? Why do we have to have this person who is fundamentally just a different different elitist kind of tell us what they feel is best for us? We already know what is best for us. They just need to give it to us. The my one vote wouldn't have made a difference argument is stupid. If anybody with that opinion voted, then it could have made a difference. Yes, but it is a decision, correct? Just like the decision of the person to vote either blue or red. I mean, like I said, when my one vote, I felt when I felt my one vote really made a difference, because in fairness, my vote is mine, and I have looked at every party that has ever come along to the British government houses. You know, oh, explosive shot. Oh, I'm still alive. And each one of them, I've had no trust in. Not one. But every day I've had to get up and work and and do my part to keep the country working, to keep the economy in flow. That I've been waiting for. I'm still alive. Another second shot. I've been waiting for that one party to come along. Like when I was younger, it was the Green Party or the crazy mad loony party, because obviously I was rebellious when I was young. But after seeing them go into elections, before I even was able to vote, I realized that nobody took those parties seriously. So even when I would say when I was younger, this is who I'm going to vote for when I got older, I was ridiculed then by people. oh, that's stupid, you should either vote red or blue. But I don't trust anybody of red or blue. Well, that doesn't matter. My mum tried to obviously say a bit to me. But even then, I watched her at times in her life not vote. Oh god, it's sudden death. I thought the game was over. Shit. Oh Christ. I'm getting to cover. So I waited for the opportunity for my vote to come in. And then waited for the right party members. Now, I was there through when Labour first came in, you know, and they were, oh shit, you know, we had this, we had this, we had what felt like the same issues with Labour, you know, struggling economy. Well, there was a war. There were a few wars actually, weren't there? We had the Gulf War, we had the Falklands, you know, and I kept seeing these things happen, and everybody was still absolutely miserable or slightly happy because they were able to garner this one little figment of hope or happiness out of their life for that 1 year, day, whatever, you know, until it came round all over again, and then it would come round all over again. And then it would come around all over again. And every time it came around, it was just the same thing. Vote red or blue. The Reds really want to do everything that you want. And the Blue want to do everything that the rich want. And in fairness, you're one or the other. Imagine you owned 20 odd properties that you got back in the 80s. And it was, and you are one of these horrible, money-making bastards. See, bye-bye NHS, hello chlorinated chicken. See now, the NHS came in the 50s, right? And over the years, it's been used by everybody. Everybody's used it. And now there are a lot of countries that do pay for medicines, but don't we already know that the medicines are? I mean, they're company owned, aren't they? You work for the company somewhere. Somebody works for the company that makes the medication. It always makes me think about just waiting for Federation credits. Like, I never understand how the economy really works in the Federation in Star Trek. Like, the economy for Star Wars is credits as well, and they've got like a galactic kind of bank. Where does it all come from? Somebody tell me. Like, I know there's plates. I'm just reading the votes now, the chat now. I mean, this is another reason why I wanted to stream today, so I could see what you guys' opinions were, how you were. Like, I wanted to see if there's why not just spoil your ballot and put none of the above. Because that's just admitting that I have no faith in the whole thing, the whole process. And I like to have a little bit of hope. I like to be the loudest voice in the room sometimes, but when it comes to political decisions, you know, being the loudest voice, they say is the best thing, but it's not really, because you upset people. And I've spent a long time of my life accidentally upsetting people, and it does hurt after a while to be like, okay, right, guys, okay, just tell me what I need to do. No, we can't tell you what you need to do. You need to make that decision yourself. Well, but every time I do make that decision, you keep telling me it's the wrong one. Oh, I got it. Alright, then. You know, people say to me, Ian, like, we know you're very opinionated, and I say, well, I try to be, but then somebody tells me I'm wrong, and then it starts an argument, and you know, everybody gets upset. Somebody tells me to fuck off. Pardon my French. You know, I'm just, you know, I always make the joke about maybe I should just stay in my little corner, you know, and not do anything. And then it's a case of, oh no, you know, you shouldn't. That's not fair. And I'm like, yeah, but I told you the reason why I didn't want to do that and explained it for like good 25 minutes, and you still told me to go fuck myself. Oh, I missed. But it is fun talking to other people about it. I suppose this is why I do a film review. Michael Kelly, the English are a disgraced bunch of Tory dickheads. Scotland need to push for freedom. From where? They're just... I mean, that's like saying... That's like Canada wanting to break itself off. I mean, in fairness, I do feel that it's unfair that Scotland don't have as strong as a position in the government, but them themselves, the Scots, are a bunch of, you know, how, ouch, you're shot in the back of the head. I mean, how did Mary Queen of Scots get taken out by Elizabeth? She was handed over by clans of Scotsmen who betrayed Scotland. And so it is always, it's not just about the flag or the person. It's about how much you earn, you know, and who you want to be at the end of the day. Some people want, you know, they openly admit it now, which I think is absolutely brilliant. Some people do want people of a different color, or people with disabilities, or people with anything that is different than the standard 2 arms, 2 legs, blonde hair, blue eyes attitude. They want those people to quietly stand in a corner. I absolutely know how that feels, you know, being a redhead, because I suffered through a lot of ostracization because I'm not part of the norm. And maybe that's it as well. It's not, you know, Scotland, Wales, Ireland, England, you know, Spain, Greece, China, Japan. It's what's normal for you, you know. It's being able to look yourself in the mirror, sorry, and say, oh yeah, I made that decision and I stand by it. And some people are able to look in the mirror and realize that sometimes they're seeing a monster, but they don't realize it. Oh, dynamite! Mongo, if they take the NHS from us, we should overthrow the government. See, my wife was saying this to me. She said they won't take it fully. They'll take it piece by piece. You know, things will become... You will have to pay for, you know, the medical care. But stay with me on this one, and I know it sounds absolutely insane, right? What if over time your payment into the NHS, your payment as an individual helps to maintain the overall healthcare for the country? Like being absolutely serious. Okay, yeah. People won't stand for it if children are literally dying in the street. You know, if we have Poland, if we have the Warsaw Ghetto happen, you know, in anywhere in the country, it will be all over social media, won't it? And people will be fighting up. You know, I've always said, for one, you know, and people have laughed at me, I've always said, hey, you know, if people start goose stepping down my street, pulling families out of their homes, I'll be the first one to pull out, you know, a weapon and defend myself. But in fairness, it hasn't got to that stage yet. And I suppose this is the contradiction, because it's just like, well, yes, but it could be at any point. And I'm like, yes, it could be at any point, and we just have to be prepared at any point. And the government, the people behind it, they know you people are prepared at any point to fight and kill and defend what for theirs. But the working for it is different. See, now that's the slow death, I suppose. The slow death of getting up every day and doing a job to pay for the usage of stuff. And I've always stood by the attitude of, well, yeah, let's stop paying celebrities how much they get paid for. You know, why do we have to pay celebrities for all this entertainment? But then in fairness, you try telling Sir Ian McKellen, you know, that he's not getting paid for his performance of Hamlet. Oh shit, run. Because he still has a family to feed, and himself to take care of. People have died in the streets for some time now. People just don't care. I care. I care too much. I've seen when I walk around my local town, or when I have walked around my local town, I've seen the homeless. You know, and I've given, and I'm like, how much more do I give for you? Like you see somebody, you see a homeless person, and the first thing I immediately think is, well, how did you get there? What put you there? How can we help the situation? And I mean, this is the horrible aspect as well. Sometimes is that sometimes people don't want the help. They do want the help. Not sure we'll be shielded from Boris over here. Who have you got in charge over there? Oh, we already do pay for the NHS, Ian. Oh, see, so I pay for, yeah, but we pay national insurance. I've been paying national insurance for working for years. The tax I can't understand. Like I said, why, how, but then I don't have an offshore bank account. Should everybody have an offshore Switzerland bank account? It's Switzerland's fault. Oh my God. Okay, right, crazy thought as well. So Johnson might die tomorrow. Why don't people write policies? Greens aren't taken seriously. They aren't green stuff in yet. And let's pay celebs less. That's what I just said, actually, isn't it? Yeah. Now there are more food banks than McDonald's. Oh, who's? Hey. See, the horrible aspect I have is obviously being part insane. Part of me could just be, you know, somebody says like, let's storm the Capitol tomorrow and overthrow the government. You know, that's stuff that you don't take very lightly. You don't say that stuff lightly, you know, because that can incite riots. And I suppose when you're obviously getting to that stage, like with China, you know, China's had lots of still need to jump from the horse. China's had lots of protests about their government as well. And I was looking into stuff about theirs, because obviously taking into account what's happening at ours. And I was thinking, well, if the Chinese, with all of their knowledge, and the English, with all of their knowledge, can't even come to some sort of agreement about how it's best that they all come to terms to work together to help the world, then it is down to me to make that big choice. But how far do I kick up a stink before somebody says, okay, Ian, you need to calm down now. You've gone a bit mad. Because, you know, people want to see mad. I can do mad. But then to what point? What am I looking for? There's something in here. Like I said, this is why I wanted to do this recording now, because hell, if we start watching, if we start seeing London burning at any point over the next 6 months through general civil unrest, we were here first on Off the Shelf talking about it. Gary's in his room, Gary's editing right now thinking, oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, God, he's gone political. He's gone political. But I'm allowed to. I'm allowed to. This is what I'm here for. I can feel something. It's vibrating, but I can't see it. Over here. See, now on medical grounds, like we said, obviously through paying and helping the NHS, like how much more is it going to go? Are we, are we saying? Like, we are talking, privatization, and like it doesn't work in America. That's why everybody's on opioids. Hey, Danger Mouse 7, just finished Evil Dead movie reviews. Nice. The gameplay through those. How did I miss those games? They were great games on the Xbox. Campbell, well, I can't find this thing. Is it here? Oh, it's there. Sorry. Getting all political. Do you think this is 3 meters? Looks at least 3 meters. We could head to the water canister on at Valentine by Flatneck Station. Artex, stand there. Stand there. See, it makes me think about last night's vote. Now, either it was completely one-sided from the start, or over time, Labour supporters actually turned Tory. Can you jump up? Why can't you jump up? Get on the barrels. See, why can't there just be one colour? Or why can't there be one person from each party as like a council? Why does it always have to be one party? Wouldn't that be a better option? To have multiple views? Privatization costs far more money than socialized. See, now privatization is obviously where you pay it straight there, or you pay it over time. See, now the Americans don't have national insurance, do they? See, listen to me. I've been paying money all my life, and it's just I know it goes to places, but I just pay it. Somebody says you need to pay these taxes. I'm like, okay, let's just do it. I'm going to try and unplug from politics. You can't. Hey, Matt Midgley, you can. Supai. I've tried to do that. I tried to do that back in my 20s, and that was a strange time, because I think it was during the Labour period where I just thought to myself, like, I can't keep up with it. I can't keep up with just the amount of anger towards these people who, are just kind of doing their job as well as we are. maybe that's just my simplistic way of looking at it, actually. It's the horrible issue, isn't it? It's whatever makes you sleep easier at night. You either vote red, blue, yellow, green, or not at all. And just carry on. It brings me back to my thoughts on humans in general. You know, you try to, over the many years of being alive, you know, the day Tony Blair took us into an illegal war was the start of the Labour decline. See, Dreaming Davy, yeah. See, the Labour Party took them into an illegal war, and I remember sitting there and thinking, well, that's it. You know, that's just fucking brilliant. You know, you had the choice of joining up and fighting, but fighting for what? You know, the fact that you were going to another country, another person's country, and you know, it was over oil. And then you get to like I saw it on the papers. There was a paper with Boris Johnson's face on it, and his eyes were ripped out, and they were blue. You know, much like the Tony Blair. Oh, come on, that was at least 3 meters. The Tony Blair picture with his red eyes. And I thought, is this what we're doing now? This is how? What do you mean half? Was that like 1.5 meters? Right. Okay. Well, let's try from on top of here. So when I started to really notice then about the control of the media over the population, I suppose that's why They Live has always been one of my all-time favorite movies up there. You know, John Carpenter had a very funny view of America, and then that view is slowly starting to stem over here. Oh man. And it's funny because obviously we were saying it in the last episode that obviously the Pilgrims left from Plymouth. So it was always going to come back full circle. How about the windmill near Blackwater? Oh, where's that to? Oh, there's one. Actually, we can go down here. Down to here. See, with us only being only 2020 as well, you know, these things are coming to pass, and we can only really learn from them. Like Boris Johnson's only really going to be in power for what, the next 4 years? Oh, Jesus Christ! I wasn't even looking. I was looking at the chat. And like I said, any time within those 4 years, the civilian population could immediately just rise up and tear it down. Like I've always said, what would happen if people just stopped going to work tomorrow? You know, it's always been that thought of Parliament's last 5 years. 5 years. 5 years. But at the same time, any point the vote could... The civilian population, like we said, could immediately just... cause enough of an issue, shall we say, that Parliament has to step in and go, oh, okay, right, this is what we're going to do. And this is where obviously they bitch and moan and fight. I've always said this, it always reminds me of a group of orcs. If you ever look at the House of Commons, you know, how can you actually allow them to talk over each other like that? I get told off for talking over people. You know, I go to say something, they're like, hey, I haven't finished. I'm like, whoa, okay. Instead, you look at the inside of the House of Commons and it's like rabble, 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 ha ha, he made a joke, ha ha ha. I'm like, and these people are in charge of the country? Jesus. But who am I? Who am I to say that? I just clean toilets for a living. Um, but then in fairness, I'm the one who obviously keeps them in because I vote for them, or don't vote for them. Or I would vote for them if I trusted any of them more than I could throw my own shoe. Um, but that's here or never there. I mean, you vote for them. The great population. And these things don't happen, but you yourselves, you who fight against the people like, Boris Johnson, force him to actually make the the choices, just as it was with David Cameron before, and Tony Blair before him, and Gordon Brown before him, and Margaret Thatcher, and John Major, and Michael Heseltine, and it's always your local person, isn't it, as well? I mean, my wife said to me that was the most important ones. But then, in fairness, she also said to me that our local politician was kind of better. I quote, he was kind of better than the other guy. And I'm like, that doesn't help. Come on. Oh, man, I'm going to spend all day falling flat on my face here on my freaking horse. Camo, I can't land on my horse. I mean, that's why I don't buy newspapers, read the news, avoid social media. It's like somebody just said just a minute ago about... will you stop? Artex, will you stand still? Artex, what are you... Sorry, my horse is acting like a Boris Johnson. I stopped reading the newspaper years ago. Like when I was growing up, everything was in the newspaper. Everything. All your information came from that newspaper. You decided exactly what you were thinking that day from reading the newspaper. And then one day it was a case of, nope, don't believe him anymore. Oh God, Jesus Christ. Did you die? He died, didn't he? Half? It's a half, Campbell. It's a half. We should just make a pile of our bodies. I'm just going to make a pile of our bodies on the train track. We can't get depressed though, can we? When they start selling guns on the street corners, that's when we should start to worry, I suppose. I mean, we say we've got knife crime in London, but then in a strange way, we've always had gang crime in London. We just... We just had we had the police force to help take care of it. And I always kind of think that that's partially what maybe the Tories are up to. That they want anarchy so that they can possibly bring in a federal, police force, like martial law. I mean, I partially thought that about the Labour cabinet, but they had a war to fight themselves, so they were hoping for that. But do you think that that's the Imperial stormtroopers are going to walk the streets at any point? Right, I'm off to crack out the tinsel. You guys all take care. Take it easy, Subai. He's going to go get the Christmas decorations up. They will stitch this country up and make it a carbon copy of the States. It's too high. He doesn't want to... See, I think the sign in Valentine above the store, I think that's a good one. We're just waiting for the DLC as well. I mean, I suppose that's what I'm really careful for about today. Oh! Okay, move you forward a bit more. I think the DLC might be dropping about 10 o'clock. No, can't be, because it's about 10 past 10 now. Maybe about 12. Out here. Out here. I learned that Garfield hates Mondays from newspapers. See, no, I watched Garfield the animated series. Wasn't really Labour. You need to get your heads out of the sand. There is a major problem within Labour which is unfixable for me, and no amount of blindly sticking up for them will help it. See now, Davey, you didn't vote for Labour then? I'm guessing. Is this stream the start of a rebellion? I've always been one for a rebellion, but then let's look at it. Let's look at it truthfully. All those stormtroopers on the Death Star. I mean, did they really deserve to be blown up? I mean, was the Death Star not really a terrorist action as well? I mean, freedom fighter is just a terrorist in another language, isn't it? Like I'll admit, I actually thought Guy Fawkes had a good idea. I always did, and you give me the right incentive, and I'll happily put on that V for Vendetta mask and stand in front of Parliament with some TNT on my back. Not that I'm saying it will, not saying I'm saying it will happen, but I do feel that V and V for Vendetta may have had a partially a good idea. But then it's the human way, isn't it? It goes back to humans in general, that sometimes the death of innocence makes you stand up and go, whoa, hold on a minute, that's not right. But it helps. Like, I'm not saying that we should, but take Vietnam, for example. See, I'm a Guy Fawkes man myself. I'm a Guy Fawkes man. Imagine that in the next election. So here we are. We have the face of the Conservatives, and I want to obviously make sure that we can have exactly everything that we want because we're all working together. And here is the face of the Labour Party, and I want to make sure that we all work together to get what we exactly want from each other. And here is the voice of the V Party. And if you don't do as I say, I'm going to blow us all up. I can see where you'd vote, wouldn't you? That's always the thing I've been waiting for, I suppose. And it didn't even happen then, and shouldn't happen now. Large building. How about this one? Let's try this one.
Good work out there. I guess you ain't completely stupid.
Like if somebody drove into Westminster tomorrow with a bomb in their back of their car and got it past everybody, all the police, all the security guards, and managed to cause enough damage, it wouldn't just be Boris they'd be killing, would it? It would be everybody in like a 50-meter vicinity. Jesus Christ, it's not doing it. It's not doing it, Campbell. And it's a horrible thought. I suppose part of me is just like, that's why I can't be that. That's another reason why I hate politics. Because we should all be on the right page. And until we're on the right page, I just can't honestly back any of you. Well, not any of you. Obviously, I'm not talking about any of you. But I mean, I thought about it about 5 years ago about running in for politics. I wanted to work for the everyman because I am the everyman, or I am the everyman. And I like being the everyman at this stage in my life because, like, I understand how hard life is. Given I said this earlier, my life isn't as hard as others. But there's always, they always say there is always somebody worse off than you, and you should think about them even though you're not there. You should give back where you can. And we've gotten to that stage now in civilization where we are giving back. Maybe we're not giving back exactly where we should be giving back, and maybe we're not giving back as much as we should be giving back, but we are giving back. But can we be blamed for things of the past? And can they be blamed for things that they did that had an effect, though they did not know it would? I don't know. Who am I? I'm just a guy sat here playing Red Dead Redemption at 10:15 in the morning. I'm not even looking at the news right now. Everyone else is just going to work. Everybody's just still doing their daily thing. Life still carries on. It's a constant factor that I find, which really kind of does irritate me after a while. But hey, what are you going to do? Breathe in, breathe out.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, what am I looking for? I'm looking for ammo. I need to collect some deliveries and look at the chat. When the next revolution arrives, most of the UK will be at home watching bloody X Factor. Yeah. Actually, when the next revolution arrives, it will probably be probably like X Factor. Wow, I just collected all of the stuff that I needed, so I didn't have to go through it. Okay, brilliant. All hail Iain and the off the shelf, the Alpha Legion bends the knee. Hey, Alpha Legion. See, now the question is, did the Alpha Legion work for the Red Party or the Blue Party, or are they the party secretly at the back? Because in the grand scale of things, aren't the Patriots in control of everything? You know, I mean, we know that Boris Johnson is just the face of a party, isn't he? Hey, Campbell, cheers for that. No, I'm gonna have to put that towards my beer. Try and drown my sorrows tonight, hopefully. As I watch London burn, from my home, I'll be like, huh, hey, look, it's exactly what they said they was gonna be. But yeah, no, the Alpha, the secret group. Is there the secret group, or is it actually democracy that controls it? I mean, I honestly want to believe that it was the secret group that controlled the election last night. And that, the population have been duped by the elitists who obviously control everything. The lizard people, shall we say. But then again, I partially kind of believe that that's not true, that it is. Oh, come on, man. That's gotta be 3 meters. Oh, man. I think this one's glitched. I think this one's glitched, Campbell. I actually think it's actually true. It is the populace. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do a story mission. Oh, can I change it? Can I change it if I got time? Quick join. Story. There we go. Everything is run by the Illuminati in conjunction with the lizard people with Scientologist subcontractors. Right. From the Nazis on the moon, right? And they themselves are controlled by Cthulhu, the greater all-powerful being controller of the universe. Yeah, they'd watch the revolution, but apparently it won't be televised. Every revolution has always found its way to, appearing, even in the history books. I mean, they say, don't they say the history books? Ah, no, I thought it was story making. Okay, we'll finish off this one, and then we'll go into a story. I've got my fucking bow. Oh, we are demolishing their base? Okay. I mean, that is part of me, part of inside me where, I do live with that fear of saying, oh, I didn't vote, and so, yes, this, and this happened. But it's like I was saying to my son this morning, to be free is to have the choice of the vote, and having the freedom to kind of stand there and go, well, I didn't trust those guys and I don't trust those guys, and so I didn't put any of you in forward as my vote. But that is democracy at its heart, isn't it? Is it? Is it irony? Is it a contradiction? I don't know. I suppose this is why I'd like Wikipedia. Imagine if you could Wikipedia history. It's like, oh, what's going to happen tomorrow? I suppose that's why they don't give us time travel either. Spoils of War. I do like this map. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this map. Then we're gonna do a story. Actually, I'll put it to you guys. As we're in a vote, like, what would you like to see me and Campbell do after this map? Is there anything in particular? I mean, I know I'm going to see like 100 different things, but I don't care. It's the beauty of the human race. The blessing and the curse, I suppose. My supervisor said to me a couple of days ago. She said, "There's no I in team, Iain," which is ironic because I've got two I's in my name. And I almost said yes, but there are two I's in individual. There's two I's in individual? Yeah. No, there are I in individual. And many individuals make up a team. I didn't say that to her because I knew she'd just tell me off. There's a me in team. Yeah. So it's going to bug me now for how to spell it. There's two I's in individual, right? In I-N-V-I. Yeah. I-N-V-I-D. Trying to spell at 20 past 10 in the morning. Okay, people. Let's shoot some people in the face, shall we? But episode 49, we've got the new DLC coming out this afternoon. And I suppose at the same time I wanted to do this episode today so people didn't get too depressed because I knew people were going to be down. I mean, like I said, I'm partially down. But I didn't want to say to people, hey, it's your fault, it's their fault, it's just the way it is. And like Tupac said, things will never be the same. Oh, shit. Just ran into there to a double barrel shotgun. But that's where obviously we have to strive together to try to make the best out of the worst situation. Oh, he's got the bag. Got him. His friend. Oh, come on. Has he got a thingy on? He's got something on. No, get him. You got him? You got him? Killed him? Grab the bag back. Yeah. Has he got a bag? Somebody else has got a bag. Run. Got him. Oh, he's not dead. Oh, you're gonna let me decide. Cool. That's democracy. Oh, my batteries are low. No. It's at that stage. First world problems, your batteries are low. I have to admit, when I was lying in bed last night, waiting for the count to come in to see when the election who had won, and when I saw that obviously the Tories were winning, I did hear Natalie Portman in my head from Revenge of the Sith, and where she's just like, and that's where democracy dies. 3 eyes an individual. Oh man, I was totally off. I should use that next time there's a meeting. There's no I in team. No, but there is 3 eyes an individual, and we're all it's made up of individuals. Oh, up there. He's behind the door. Behind the door. Oh, come on! Son of a... Lightly tap the door. I wanted him to kick it open. Kick it open like he's in fucking SWAT. Somebody wrote on the last episode of why this goes up on Off the Shelf and not on another separate channel. And obviously, if that person's listening, or if anybody is listening at the moment, like, oh, why am I watching you guys play Red Dead? You know, it's all about the content. Whoa, that guy exploded. You know, content, I've heard, is important for the success of, say, your channel. And giving more diverse content as well. Oh man, kick me in the face. Don't kick me while I'm down. Gives you the ability to branch out. So like today's episode with us talking about the general election, never once ever wanted to really be political on Off the Shelf. But, like I said, wanted to take the opportunity to talk to you, the audience, the shelfers, the people who obviously help the show, and find out, you know, hey, how are you feeling with today's decision, or just generally why have I stopped? Generally, what's just going on with you, while I shoot people in the face with my shotgun. Can I get a bag? I'm gonna go for a bag, guys. Guys, I'm going for a bag. Cover. Oh god. Run. Oh, dodge. Oh, he's behind the tree. There's a bag there. I'm running. Cover him. Oh, I'm dead. See, as soon as I got the bag, I was dead. I got into the base, though. It's just waiting for that good old DLC. Be great if the game was just like, we need to stop now and completely update. Be like, oh, update. Chances are it's not going to happen till midday. And then I won't have time to get it because it'll be like a 15 gigabyte download, which will take 2.5 hours, and then I'll have to go to work. The glories of existence. Oh crap. I get him? He's not dead. Oh shit. Shit. Cover. Shotgun. Ah. Go. Oh, I was going for that second guy as well. Game reviews are a part of the channel, and it's good to engage fans. This, yeah, exactly. This is it. You know, some people kind of, they want constant film reviews, which would be great if we had time to do them. I mean, I suppose 9 o'clock in the morning on a Friday, I could be doing a film review. Oh, 1,000 kills with a shotgun, nice. I mean, I'm talking about film reviews. What did you guys think of McCabe and Miller yesterday? As you know from the film review, I really enjoyed it. It was such a strange western. It was not a western, though it was. It was just business. Uh, but the relationship between Julie Christie and Warren Beatty. I mean, Julie Christie was just phenomenal. It's just this, like, she knew what she was doing. Of course she did. And it was just so nice to have this strong female character. Yes, there was lots of booze, weren't there? The bath sequence was crazy. And it made it very realistic for me, because it's just like all those men are watching those girls come in, and human nature just makes you just want to jump them as soon as they get off those horses. But they're covered in mud, they're dirty, they smell bad, but hey, you don't care. You smell just as bad. You just need to do it. You need to do it. As Ben Stiller would say. Humans, it's crazy. Don't get enough whorehouses nowadays, do you? You imagine the kind of types of different whorehouses that you might have nowadays. The unisex whorehouses. You go in there and it's like, "Hi, Mr. Johnson, how you feeling?" "I'm feeling fine, Katie. What do you fancy tonight?" "Oh, I'm wondering if Philip's available, "Yep, well, Philip is available for you. I'll get him right now, Campbell, have you come back into... Yeah, you have. Where are you? Oh, I could try and do... Where are you? I mean, you're in the server, but you're not in the game. I'm gonna see if I can jump 3 meters from something and land on my horse, because obviously it's got to be done. Something high, like, oh, there's the steps around the side, isn't there? Mad excited for the DLC today. Free DLC, You are in the server. I mean, there you are. I can read you right there. But I don't know where you are. You at camp? No, there's camp. Oh, Jesus Christ. What are you doing at Braithwaite Manor? Oh, actually, I'll pull us into a story mode. Because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to put us into a story. A brothel owner. Oh, man. Yeah. But it has to be a brothel of equality. Good quality. Opium dens as well. You don't see many opium dens nowadays. Get a bit of Sherlock Holmes on the go. What up, Mr. Tic Tic? Hey, I streamed on Wednesday. Waiting for you to come on. We were just talking about the general election, Mr. Tic Tic, and obviously about what the reasons why I stream for the channel. To engage with you guys, the audience, the fans, when I can. Obviously, I know games will mix up. I was thinking about playing Metal Gear at some point, wasn't I? But I get obsessed with jumping off a 3 meter thing. Ammo? Do I need clean all weapons? I need to do not buy anything. Don't buy anything because you. Let's take the semi. I got my semi on me. I tuned in, man, but it was right before you got off. I have to put notifications on now. Yeah, obviously, if you're listening to this and you don't want to obviously see the streams constantly pop
There
up,
you
please,
are.
by all means,
Look,
turn your
I'm a
notifications off and
marshal,
then just keep
so my
tuning in on a
jurisdiction
Thursday. Every
ends with the
Thursday
city
morning,
limits.
you know,
Even
there'll
if the
be a
town
film
in
review.
question is a no-good
Um,
dump like
I
Van
mean, I don't
Horn.
know how it all
I
works
go in
really.
here, I got even less
I don't
rights
see
than
it.
you do. Any
Um,
decent hoodlum knows that. Montez is
but
in there.
it's I always say as well in the episodes, don't I? You know, I try to get on daily if I can, just to keep it constant. But sometimes it's not possible. Like I almost didn't today because I was just like, oh, people aren't going to be in the mood to hear me talk, and they certainly don't want to hear me talk about the general election. But then again, that's exactly what people want to talk about, and you know, people talking about it, you know, um, is what keeps it relevant, I suppose. Yeah. You know, I don't want to sound naive and just be like, no, no, I don't talk about the general election. I know nothing about politics. I, the scary thing is, I know a little bit too much about politics, and I might know a little bit too much about what actually goes on behind politics. But what are you gonna do? You're gonna ride up on a bunch of people who you think are Montez's man, and you're gonna blow them away. Where is he? Is he there? Is that the guy? Boom! Look at that. I'm not even gonna shoot any of the rest of them. Run! Go, Artex! Go! Just like an assassin. An assassin! And we're wicked clowns, wicked clowns, wicked clowns, wicked. Bit of ICP for you. The insane clown posse. Have you guys killed your guy yet? Because I shot mine. He's dead. Metal detector. Oh, something around here. Down here. Okay, no, it's not down here. It's up here. Yeah, it's up here. Look at that. Like a boss. Just saw your Red Dead Revolver review. It was awesome. Nostalgic. Yeah, I never played that game the first time around. What up, Stuart Schaefer? Morning. God, how are you guys doing? I mean, like, seriously, I shot my guy like 20 minutes ago. I'm gonna have to ride down there and help you, aren't I? Ooh, started the lost jewelry one. There's something around there. There it is. Turn to the marshal. Yeah, you at work now, Mr. Tick Tick, or are you at home chilling? Am I ready for Halloween kills? Oh, you know it. More Michael Myers in my life, the better. I mean, the guy is a kind of role model if you look at him sometimes. Even if it is only around one part of the year. Kind of like Santa Claus. I suppose he is a bit like Santa Claus. He sneaks into your home and gives you stuff. I mean, you might not want it, you know. Work front desk at a hotel, graveyard, pretty chill, man.
There you are.
Sorry, I'm just imagining you just sat there, like, because I've been to hotels like early hours of the morning, um, and you know they've it's just so quiet and dead, isn't it? Long hours. I've always wanted to work the night shift, but I mean, as it is, my life at the moment, it wouldn't work very well. My wife would kill me. She'd probably like the money. Um, but yeah, it's just like it's like a whole like the weirdos come out at night. Just like they say, don't they? What's the weirdest thing you've ever seen at night working the graveyard shift? This is where he's just like, well, I saw three hookers and a man covered head to toe in rubber once. It is, but sometimes I need that alone time. Sucks catching up on sleep. That's all. Yeah, people tell me I should be on my own a lot more. It's weird because they told me I needed more people in my life at one point, so I got more, and then they tell me I shouldn't have more. I have you guys, the chauffeurs. Where's this river, Mr. Marshall? Down here, isn't it? There they are. I see 'em. I'm gonna ride up with the shotgun. Go on, guys, catch up. Artex ain't that fast. Boom. Boom. Oh, what? Right in the back. Oh, let's see how quick I can stop Montez's wagon. Come on. Try not to hit a tree. Don't hit anything. Don't hit anything. That'd be really embarrassing. Oh, I can't see anything. There's low mist. Dodge. Come on, Artex. Spend a lot of time with this horse, so I'm starting to get used to knowing exactly. Oh, got him. Oh, get away, get away. There we go. Just completely brought them to a dead end, so they're stuck between the wagon and the people cannot find them. Bang. Yeah, watch out for Montez, he's armed. Suppose I better less of him. Whose horse is that dead? Or dying? I got him, I got him. Morning, Colin McGarry. Ooh, I get to loot you as well. Yeah, Marshall Davis. Ooh. I think I might need another cup of tea in a minute. I took that pretty easy. I mean, I killed that one guy without having to kill the other gang, and then rolled up and just the only guy I shot was the oh, shut up, you big woman. Oh, get you again. It's like I'm hitting Danny Trejo on the back of my horse. Oh, Danny Trejo should definitely play Montez. That would be great. Is Artex a horse from Neverending Story? Yes, that's exactly where his name came from. My first horse was called Jimmy, named after the character we have in our Zombocalypse board game. He's been alive for a very long time now, so Jimmy was my first horse, and then when I had to buy a second horse because I wanted to be winning more races, I bought Artex. It just felt like, I mean, it's Artex. If I buy another horse, I need another good name for him. But, I mean, the best one I've got is Linda. Is that ducks? Are those ducks? Prairie chickens. get a collectible in a second. Oh yeah. But yeah.
Alfredo Montez.
So what you all
Been
got
quite
plans
a
for the
time chasing you,
weekends?
my friend.
It is my friend Adrian's birthday
I will kill
today,
you.
actually.
I
Happy
think that's
birthday, Adrian.
unlikely.
Friday the
A
13th.
whole lot more likely
And
is you're
his
gonna have
girlfriend
your neck
Hannah's
broke.
birthday today.
These
Happy
folks
birthday,
here
Hannah, too.
box and laugh
And
say what a
I'm supposed to
nasty
be
bastard
seeing
you
him
are.
tonight to hang out.
$1,000.
But I don't finish work till 9 o'clock,
These
so
folks here
I don't know
have
how long we're
something
really
money
going to hang
can't
out for
buy.
because we're so old
Honor,
nowadays.
dignity, and a sense
Plus the
about everything
government
is for
obviously
sale.
are in
They
control of
are as
everything, so
foolish as you are. They are.
alcohol is going to be like
But they're still
£25
getting
a
paid a
bottle
fair
from now
price for a
on.
job
Tomorrow,
well
though, I
done.
have work, surprisingly. And then we are playing our Zombocalypse game, our Zombocalypse RPG board game that we've been playing for about 10 years. And I get to try out the new RPG features for that, which will be really, really nice. Um, because Gary's been looking into a lot of D&D aspects and has been adding it into the game. So that he can, so that you've got a bit more of a choice. Because it used to be a case of like you're in a situation and you want to do something, so roll a d20, and then whatever your role would work towards what you have done. So say you wanted to jump out a second floor window and land on the truck that's driving away, you had to roll a d20 and hopefully get over 10. 10 was the medium. 20 would be really, really good. 1 was like death. But what he's done now is he's now obviously given us like a point system like D&D so that we can use certain skills like strength, dexterity, fortitude. I mean, those are mainly Vampire the Masquerade stuff, but you know the kind of thing like wisdom and knowledge and things to work out with certain puzzles. Where's this? Sorry, distracted by the in here. It's normally in here. No, it's not in there. Around here? Is it here? It's metal detector. It's like you're walking in one direction and then all of a sudden it just changes and you're just like, where? What? This way? No, it's more heavier this way. No, I think it's going this way. There we go. That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. How big's your cleaning crew, Ian? Well, the one I work with during the week, there are about 15 team members on there. Um, you know, they're a nice group of people, I suppose. Um, they're people, if that matters. I don't really work with them because where I work in the place where I work, like I have my own floor. My boss knows that I'm really good at my job because I've been doing it for so bloody long. That she just goes, right, you just go over there and do it. And it's like, okay. And I try not to get involved with other people's drama, because people want me to talk to them about their drama. And then when I tell them my opinion about their drama, they get angry at me because I've told them about it. And, you know, nobody wants to get shouted at, do they? Um, my weekend cleaning, though, I used to be a team of 4, and then the place where I worked, there were certain cutbacks, and then people of the team left because they didn't want to work weekends anymore, and I ended up just staying there on my own. So weirdly enough, they wanted to stop me. They wanted to make cutbacks at the weekend. Oh, come on! I was like, perfect. And then they realized that actually it was really important that I did work at the weekends because, you know, it doesn't stop. Yes! 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 Oh, yeah! Oh yeah, if you've been watching since 9 o'clock, you kind of know why I'm so happy about getting it then. Yes! Oh yes! Oh, Campbell, I'm so happy now. Right, okay, I'm gonna go over to the fence and chill with him for a second, while I nip to the little boy's room and make myself another cup of tea. When we come back on, Campbell, shall we do a bounty? Or, I mean, I'm waiting for a free roam event if I'm fair. It's probably going to pop up while I go to the bathroom, isn't it? Okay, well, then we'll just have to be quick. Whoa, where's your table gone? Okay, might sell you some stuff in a minute, make some money. Okay, guys, I will be back shortly. And I'm back. Where are we in the chat? When I heard Paul Rudd was in it, I thought it might be good, but after I saw the trailer, disappointed. Oh, we were talking about Ghostbusters. I saw the new trailer, and I mean, okay, I'm just going to put this there. I'm a guy who enjoyed 2016, the all-female cast Ghostbusters movie. I know, slap me around, but you know, it wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen. Tekken 2 Kazuya's Revenge is a lot worse than Ghostbusters. And I know it ruins certain people's nostalgia, but the other Ghostbusters movies are still there and I can still watch them whenever I choose. Um, I was watching the new trailer and I thought to myself, hey, yeah, they're doing like a whole kids thing. That's cool. They've done they've done the originals, which are amazing. Then they did an all-female cast, which didn't go down very well. Now they're going to do an all-kids cast to see how well that goes down, and that might not go down as well. But hey, you get to see an Ecto One drive around really, really quickly with proton packs and CGI Slimer. You know, there might be some cameos if you really want them. Oh, free. Oh wait, do we need kills? Player kills in free roam event. Ah, you almost had me then, Salvage. Well, Salvage, we can make a lot of money. Actually, no, we'll do the bounty hunt. Oh, well, I want to do the hard bounty hunt, don't I? The Dead Road Gang. Let's go do them. Um, yeah. Well, I mean, Mike. Let's be honest. The kid from Stranger Things. the kid that plays Mike, he's not 12, is he? I mean, he may be being made to play a 15-year-old, but he's probably going to know how to drive. You know, maybe he's a bad kid, and he's driven cars before, or maybe the Ecto one is just really easy to drive. I don't know. Um, but I watched the trailer. Now this is where my mind differs, and you know, maybe it's the fact I'm getting old. Maybe I've always been this way. I don't know. Um, but I watched the trailer first, and I was like, "Oh, they Stranger Thinged it. Oh, okay." Makes me just enjoy Ghostbusters 2 more and more every time. And then I watched the trailer with Dylan. Now, obviously, Dylan's 10 years old. And he's watched Stranger Things. He loved Stranger Things. Absolutely, really loved it. I haven't watched it all the way through. You know, he's got the toys, the hoodie. You know, he knows the actors' names. He knows, obviously, they're not really the characters, but it's a TV show to him. But seeing the kid in Ghostbusters, he got really excited. And I was like, well, that's done it. I'm taking him to go see Ghostbusters. Don't care what people say. I'll be, you know, he'll turn to me, Dad, and say, Dad, can we go and see Ghostbusters in the cinema? And I'll be like, hell yeah, and I'll pay my money to go see it. And you know, it takes me back to the all female cast. I didn't see that one in the cinema with the wife. Because there was such a backlash behind it. I don't even think she was really bothered about going to see it in the cinema, but she did want to see it on DVD, so we bought it on DVD. And I sat down and watched it, and it was Kate McKinnock. You know, Kate McKinnock's a very attractive lady. You know, and I mean that sounds really bad, but she was a great female Egon. That was cool. But I never ever thought it was going to be better than Ghostbusters 1 or Ghostbusters 2 by that fact. And then that was the nostalgic part of me. So I had to put that part aside and say, hey, you know what? Let's just see what it's like. Okay, they're not here yet, so we're gonna have to scout them out. So yeah, so with this new one, I'm gonna go watch it, probably with Dylan when it comes out. So I had a question. How do you think Michael Myers escaped their last scene? Oh, that's easy. Michael Myers practically doesn't really feel pain, so he probably finds a place to hold up. I mean, he survived dynamite in that other one, didn't he? Whoa, okay, here. Oh, they're right here. Campbell, they're right here. Shit now. Come here, you son of a bitch. Like I got 3 of them here. Oh, what? He's escaped already? 2 of them escaping. Oh, come on. I'm gonna get myself. Luckily, I got my tracking arrows. Oh, what? Look at them all. Jesus. You got that one. Right, I'm going for this one over here. Campbell, go back and get the wagon. Oh, no, actually, I'll go back and get the wagon. He's going to break free. My one's going to break free, isn't he? Oh, he's trying to make a run for it. Son of a... They cut him free, the son of a bitch. Ah, what? Where is he? Where's he gone? Oh, he's over there. Ah, dodging all this gunfire. Okay, long shot. Oh, I tagged him. Oh, I tagged him. Go on, that was the second one. Yeah, there we go. Got that out of a challenge. Come here. Yes, this again. I mean, what do you expect? I'll run all the way back now and get my wagon. Jesus. No wonder it was hard. I'm going to see Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood on Sunday. Oh, what's Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood? You know I'm going to have to wiki that. Yeah, but I got my tea as well, Mr. Tic Tac. I like off-the-shelf reviews' idea of having him live in the basement. Who, me? Living in the basement? I couldn't believe last week's episode of Gaming Friday. Like I was fluey, very fluey last week. So I was unable to do the gaming video with Gary. And so Gary had obviously discussed about not doing one. I was like, no, go on, dude. You know, you've got a game lined up. You know what you're talking about. So obviously that's why he did State of Decay, because he knew what he was talking about when he was playing it. And then you know, somebody had written like, oh, did you kill him off and cover him in cling film? And I thought, you know, there's a dynamic we have with the show, and if you haven't got with the dynamic by this stage, you know, there's going to be times where it's going to freak you out, where it's going to be like, oh, Ian's not in it? Nope, not today. Why not? Because it's that day. But then there are going to be other times where I'm going to get ill, you know. Like, I don't live with Gary, so what, you know, I'm not attached to his hip. Even though technically he'd like me there all the time, so he could stroke my hair. Where's the? Oh, I'll go get the other one. Whoa! Look at that dodge that. Huh? Oh. Hello. Is that guy still tied up, or is he running? Is that guy running? That guy's running. We got a runner. Where is he? There he is. I can't take it with that, can I? No, Campbell, if you can, yeah, bring the wagon. Ow! Sir, you're under arrest. What have we written up? Mr. Rogers movies with Tom Hanks. Oh, is that the Beautiful Day? Oh, that's the movie with Tom Hanks. Oh yeah, you can't go wrong with Tom Hanks.
How the hell did this happen to me twice? I'm getting tired of this.
Whatever happened to Mr. Rogers? I mean, I'm only assuming that he obviously died off. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Okay, Campbell. I got it. Ride, Campbell, ride. Like, obviously, we didn't get Mr. Rogers over here. Favorite Tom Hanks movie, Ian? Oh, I want to say Forrest Gump. That was the first one that popped in my head. But Saving Private Ryan is pretty damn awesome. The Terminal is a really great film. The Burbs is really funny. Joe versus the Volcano, big. I could probably just name Tom Hanks movies now.
Damn jackass.
Road to Perdition. Road to Perdition was really good. I couldn't believe that Tom Hanks could, you know, be that kind of a character. But then seeing him in it, I was just like, well, then he can pretty much do anything nowadays.
Cut me loose, God damn it.
I could shoot the horse. Take me home, country road, Castaway, Green Mile. Um, like I'm just looking at my video collection actually. I'm like, what Tom Hanks movies are? I mean, Toy Story. Just hearing him as the voice of Buzz is just, it's just really, really enjoyable. Um, what's the most obscure one he's ever done? Like I wanted to watch that Disney one. Was he was the Walt Disney guy, wasn't he? Because you know he's playing Mr. Rogers now, but he was yeah, he was in the Disney movie. Oh sweet, $25, and we did that one, and we did the challenge too. Splash, yes, Splash was great. Okay, what are we doing here? What are we doing at the moment? 3 player kills in free roam, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. We got another bounty. Legendary bounties. He was good, the train one. That one's gonna be hard. Sniper. It's a lot of the how. Oh, hoot. See, that's the problem, isn't it? When you just when you're waiting for the new thing to come out, everything else just kind of looks samey. Like I'm looking at the bounty map, and I'm like, of course I want to do a bounty, but I want to do moonshining, Campbell. I want to do moonshining. Oh, rival started a mission. Should we go mess them up? Could mess them up. Out of spite. I don't know if we should. Stable. Get rid of the vehicle. Dismiss. Where's the mission? Are they nearby? He's crossing over. Oh yeah, you know that. Do I want to be evil? No, I don't want to be evil. Campbell, I don't know if I should be evil or not. If we transport ourselves to our camp, we could cut that guy off and blow up his wagon. I mean, is that griefing or is that rivaling against people? I mean, look at him. He's about to cross Bard's Crossing. Oh no, he's not. He's staying here, is he? No, he's not. He's crossing over Diablo. Strawberry. Oh, I'm in an R. No, let's just go on a story mission. Just taking us on to a story mission. Evil, Iain, evil. I have got a high honor. It doesn't. It just happens. I end up having to pay money to put my honor down just so I can do certain missions for challenges. Splash. Yeah, Splash. Oh yeah, the Mary Poppins Bile thing. That was the movie. Money Pit was good. That was crazy. No, yeah, Woody was Tom Hanks. Buzz was Tim Allen. Sorry if I said Buzz. Iain, you ever think about playing a Fallout game besides 76, of course? I partially played Fallout 3, but I had just come off the back of Skyrim. So I had gone all the way through Skyrim, done everything I wanted to do in that game. And then I was like, oh, that was really good, because I'd never played a Bethesda game up to that point. And I thought, wow, that was really, really good. I'm going to go play Fallout 3. And I stepped out and I did the whole beginning of Fallout 3, and I stepped out into the wasteland with my little pistol, and I just wanted to do my own thing. But the game, the game is constructed to force you to do only certain things that it wants you to do. I ended up accidentally walking through a Brotherhood of Steel base with my pistol and headshotted everything in there, and then couldn't carry any of the stuff because I wasn't a high enough level. And then obviously ruined that for myself because there was no more. Somebody even said that was probably a mission that you walked through and killed everybody, and I was like, yeah.
Please, you got to
Yeah,
help.
Skyrim. I played as a female elf character, and I named her Linda.
My job is stopping folks from
And
getting
she
shot on
would
these streets.
sneak
You know
around
that.
and
She's my
steal
wife. She's my
everything.
goddamn wife. They'll do terrible things to us.
Like
You've
I
got
would,
to help me.
I would go into like the
Maybe
newest
these people can help you.
castle or camp or wherever that you know, and you're meeting the
Sure,
person, and
why
they're
not?
like, "Oh,
Most lost
I'm the
kidnapped
jarl of this
folks
place," and I'm like,
found
"Oh
by
yeah,
bounty
really?" And he's like,
hunters,
"Yes," and I'm
right?
like, "I need gold.
Will you help?
I need gold." So then I would sneak behind him when he was, you know, and put myself into stealth mode so that I was invisible, and then I would pickpocket. But what I would do is I would save it just before I pickpocketed him. So if it kicked off and he got pissed off, I would just load it back up again and pickpocket him again. I stole everything in that. I stole and sold everything. And yet, weirdly enough, never joined the Thieves Guild. I did the Assassins Guild. That was a good one. What kind of bummed me out about the game is that when I did finally complete it, when I did go up against the final dragon and killed the final dragon, the game didn't end. You know, there was no big, oh, you're like you're the new god, kind of. Everybody still had their shit to do. They still had missions for me to get stuff. I'm being shot to pieces. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm done. And that's when I finished with Skyrim. Yo, people said to me, they said you should get the DLC. You should get the DLC and buy the houses and all that kind of stuff. And I would have just been doing what I'm doing now with Red Dead, but in Skyrim. I take cover because I'm taking a lot of damage. One guy still left down here. It's what makes me laugh when people say to me about if I'm, you know, about playing Red Dead and constantly playing it. You know, if I just stopped playing this, I would just end up streaming something else and talking to you guys while playing something else.
He sent you. Well,
I just
I'm
do
not
it with
coming.
Red Dead because of the
I can't go
challenges.
back to him.
It's
Well,
my
I'm glad.
crack.
Leave us
Yeah.
be.
Whereas some people are playing
Look,
Call of Duty right
we
now
always
trying to
have
get
big
to the
bucks,
top
but
board.
something
I'm just wanting
help
that
us escape
extra
from
gold nugget in my
Come on,
pocket.
please.
I'm not going back. Cliff, you swore. You swore I wouldn't have to go back.
They'll have to kill me to get to you.
Do you know what else is a good Tom Hanks movie?
Have a heart.
Sleepless
Please.
in Seattle. And in a weird way, you've got mail as well. What are we doing today? We always help this guy. Oh, well, the vote is, it's democracy. The vote is swayed more in helping him. Like, I'd never really watched Sleepless in Seattle before until I
I think
bought
you
it
can
on
help us.
DVD
Oh, thank you.
to watch with the
Thank you.
wife.
Come on. Wagon's outside.
And I was like,
Money
yeah, that's
here,
really
too.
good.
He was
What
sending
up,
me to
Rio
watch you.
Quinn Films? What
I
up,
know he's
Dave?
gonna help us.
We best be
Now,
quick.
Dave was somebody who's very vocal about the politics today. You missed if you've just tuned in, Dave. I have spent like I did spend the first hour talking about the general election, about the stuff going on. I did also explain my reasons of why I didn't vote, but you already know my reasons of not voting, so I think we've already gone there. It's the end of the UK. Well, yeah. Like I said, Natalie Portman was in my head saying, "This is how democracy dies." Can you imagine Boris Johnson standing there in front of... Yeah, he's going to be standing in front of the Houses of Parliament, like, in his little black cloak with his hood up. And he's going to be saying, like, "We are one giant galactic order." That was my impression of Emperor Palpatine then. And that'll be it. We'll all be like, "Okay, execute Order 66. Hey, but you get a brand new white uniform and a blaster." He's going to be standing in the fridge. Yeah, isn't that funny, Mr. Tick Tick? I mean, we're a country governed by Parliament, but also run by the monarchy. I was only saying this to somebody a couple of days ago, that it made me laugh that to the Queen, it doesn't matter who wins, as long as she still gets her rent paid on Friday. Because they all still kind of answer to her. I mean, isn't she part of the problem of the elitists. I mean, her family basically run the whole, hey, we like poor people cause, don't they? But then again, at the same time, she needs the people there because the people will just literally pull her out of her bedchambers and decapitate her if they really, really wanted to. Um, oh, I'm going for the group. I'm going for the group. I'm going for the group. Oh. Nice. Who's that? Is that Campbell? Campbell, is that you? Oh no, it's Golden Lion. Got them all. Over here we got Dems trying to impeach the president. Yeah, now that's kind of funny, you know, that I read that a couple of days ago about the President Trump being impeached. You know, because they are sure that he bought the votes. Now, I did have this thought last night that what if Russia had helped the Tories? You know, or somebody else had, another country had a hand in it, just like the way the Americans did. And I don't remember another. When was the last politician actually imprisoned for crimes against the countries? You know, like even Nixon. Nixon just resigned the presidency, didn't he? He never saw any prison time. Ha! That guy just fell off. Looking forward to next Saturday, are you, Dave? Yeah, next Saturday is our live Christmas kind of January slash recording.
Kidnap me until some other fool comes and kills you.
Podcast recording.
Or me, or both of us.
No. We'll run.
Yeah, everybody loves their donors, Dave. You know, like I said this earlier, you know, blame it on Switzerland.
Take this.
Switzerland love the holding
Thank
their
you
monies,
for
you know, and
being a decent human.
filling up all those different bank accounts.
Or got hit by
It's
a
the
train.
Patriots.
Tell
I'm
him to
telling you,
hang
it's
himself.
the
Tell him
Patriots.
whatever you want. Just let us
Secretly, somewhere, Solid Snake is sneaking into an army base
Isn't
right
that
now and
so
destroying another Metal Gear before another country takes control with nuclear weapons. We're on board a nuclear vessel. It's a bit of Walter Koenig there for you. Obviously, you know, with yesterday's review, the actor who played Odo passing away kind of coincided with the release of McCabe and Miller. It always freaks me and Gary out that we kind of have that kind of coordination, where a film review will go out and an actor dies. Or, you know, either just before or just after we've put out said film review, and we kind of look at each other like, how did that even... Why? What? But it's how we do. It's just how it is. Like, I dare look at Facebook at the moment. You know, it's like, well, I don't dare look at Facebook anyway. That's why I'm not doing it right now. But the country must be on knife edge, ready for pure destruction. Oh, is there a free roam event? Horseback kills. Okay, horseback kills. 3 kills with a what? Rifle? Is it just 3 kills in the free roam event? Because that'd be nice. Horseback kills. Please do a review of a Tom Cruise movie then. There are so many to do. Like, I'd really like to do Edge of Tomorrow. I might watch Edge of Tomorrow later, actually. Edge of Tomorrow is a great movie. Jerry Maguire's not bad. Days of Thunder. Born on the 4th of July. Oh, can you imagine us doing The Mummy? Like, even my wife didn't enjoy The Mummy. And that, you know, that's saying something. I love it when she doesn't like talking about movies, but then all of a sudden when something really rubs her up the wrong way, she's just like, Jesus Christ, this movie was bad. Mute all. Mute all. Oh, that person's dead. Oh, now I'm dead. We're all dead. Hello, Paul Neal from Michigan. Yeah, let's just do it that way, shall we? Fire. Oh crap. Oh crap. Come on. I'm gonna get my free kill somehow. Where is he? Where is he? There he is. Oh! I'm not gonna get it. I just going for the challenge, Ian. You're just going for the challenge, remember? Oh Christ. He's up there, come on. Where is he? He is there. Got him. Where's the other guy? There he is. Oh. They're looking at him and then looking at somebody else. Cocktail's a good one, and Risky Business. A bad Tom Cruise movie. I mean, I thought Vanilla Sky would be bad. And then I watched it and I was like, actually, that was really quite good, actually. It's really quite thought-provoking. Which surprised me. Eyes Wide Shut, I've never seen. I personally never wanted to. I mean, the concept seemed alright, and it's Stanley Kubrick, who's an amazing director, and obviously Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise are really, really good. But I don't know. Where's he gone? Where's he gone? He's moving there. There. Got him. Oh, there's somebody coming this way as well. Oh, missed it. Fire! Fire! Oh, come on! Just using standard. Oh, sweet. That was good. That was good. I killed him with a standard arrow. Ah! Fire! Get out! Oh, killed him. Nice. Oh, kill him, kill you, kill everybody. Yeah, I might watch Edge of Tomorrow later, actually. I love the alien sequences. I mean, the fact that you get to see that battle sequence over and over again is great. And then just the mech suits themselves. Come on. Oh, come on. Did we both kill each other? I just stood there and let you shoot me in the face. Should have just kept riding. I did get him. I did get him. Oh, Christ. No, Artex. Don't die. You okay? You okay? Where is he? Ah. He shot his horse. Fucking shot his horse tonight. Around here? Oh, he's on top of the mountain. He's up there. Ah, he's not dead. Oh, come on. Oh, my dead eye is really low. Just doing everything by shot at the moment. I can't. Oh, got him. Oh, I'm gonna die from that guy. And that guy. Just die from everybody. It's okay, because I got the challenge. Bill Paxton was good in Weird Science. When they turn him into that giant pile of shit. There we go. Get the minty big game. Campbell, I'm coming for you. I'm coming to save you. Oh, got him. Oh, I'm gonna come save you, Campbell. No, you're dead. You died on me. Campbell, no. Gotcha. Deadeye's out of action. Out of... Oh, get shot. Where is he? Oh, I shot him in the face, but he didn't die. Shot him in the face. What are we on? 22 minutes past 11. sky hasn't fallen yet. I mean, that's a good sign, I suppose. Like I said. Is London burning yet? No, it will happen over time, won't it? Slowly, sectionally. We'll slowly become megacity one. I did have an idea for a story back in the day where, well, the first chapter was told from the perspective of, it's not crashed, is it? Camera, have you crashed? Oh, there we go. It was told, the first chapter was told from the perspective of a person living in the UK. And the world governments decided to turn the island, the UK, into basically a deportation zone for all of the criminal bad elements of the world. And just surrounded it by this giant concrete wall. And it's literally a no-go area. Basically Escape from New York, but in the UK. But then it skips to the future, and a rich philanthropist kind of entrepreneur guy, has decided to go around the world by himself, But the UK itself is obviously not on any form of map. People just over time, people have just disappeared and ended up on the island, and he ends up crashing on the island. And you find that the UK has been broken into. I developed all these different clans and things. Sorry, what was I doing? Challenges. I developed all these different clans and things for the different people that would live in the UK at that time. So you'd have like a fishing sect, pirates, kind of land pirates, where they had control of the harbors, the water. They could only go out so far to fish because of the giant walls and the mounted guns surrounding the island. Then you had your crazed cannibal group, and the group that obviously dealt with vehicles. Campbell, did you end up disconnecting? I'll wait for you to come back on then. Yeah, I did write. I had thought of like the main crux of the story and developed the idea about how he would obviously end up trying to escape from the island. And the whole first chapter, like I said, the whole first chapter was told from the perspective of a child who was obviously caught up in the initial bombardment of the UK. And then later on in the story, the main hero, main survivor, would be that child who had grown up and would try to help, obviously, the main guy try to escape. Obviously, as it turns out, life just kind of gets in the way of sitting down and putting pen to paper and typing it out. And then obviously trying to find the right kind of people who are going to listen and read that story so that obviously you can say, hey, yeah, it was a really good success. As with most things in my life, it's just normally a case of, oh, well, yeah, that's all right, Ian. Okay. What is this? Is this a deer? Oh, dear. Found an arrowhead. I think I'll sell this deer as well. Waste not, want not, I suppose. You're talking too fast for me to write this gold down. Hey man, yeah. I do feel sometimes like a muse for certain people. Like I have an idea, but the idea is unseeable from a certain angle, so somebody else has to take the idea so that they can do it from their angle. I mean, the problem I had with that idea was the fact it was very Escape from New York, and a lot of people saw that. And so I did kind of face a lot of, well, you just kind of stole that from John Carpenter, didn't you? And I was like, oh, kind of. But it was also a lot of the stuff that I was seeing as I was growing up, the political side. Like I said, I've never voted in my life simply because I don't trust half the stuff that goes on. I grew up in a time, I lived near a nuclear naval base. And as a child, one of the biggest, scariest things was the fact. Oh, no, I'm not going to do carcasses sold in 10 minutes. That's a stupid one. One of the scariest things was the fact that growing up, it was possible that somebody could bomb that nuclear base. Camera, we're going to do a race because I just want to do a race. Yeah, and there was the chance that you could go to school one day and all of a sudden there would be a mushroom cloud, like just rising in the background because, hell yeah, somebody's decided today that they wanted to see what happens when they blow up a nuclear submarine. It's crazy. And the craziest thing was after a while of living in that kind of torturous torment, you accept or become complacent with waiting for the apocalypse. Yeah, that's what I've realized now that when I've gotten older. People are like, I've got a zombie apocalypse plan. It's like, great. We really shouldn't have to live in fear that there's a zombie apocalypse just happening at any point. But hell, what are you gonna do? If it happens, it happens. Attitude. Back. So why is nuclear infrastructure a reason not to vote? Well, it wasn't. It wasn't the fact it was nuclear infrastructure. Like we had a nuclear base. It was the fact that it was used. I suppose used as a fear tactic to make like as I watched the vote, it was, oh, the government, whichever one was in charge at the time, have spent X amount of pounds on this type of nuclear submarine that we don't need for wars that we're never going to fight in. And I'm like, but hold on, those people need jobs too. There is a submarine mechanic somewhere, like looking for work because he's a highly skilled, trained person. But we don't want nuclear submarines. Yes, so we should vote for these people not to make any more nuclear submarines, and we should vote for these people if we want more nuclear submarines. And I'm like, I'm still a bit foggy on the whole nuclear submarine issue. Why do we need them? Well, just in case Russia decide to fire theirs. And where's Russia's? Oh, they're in the English Channel, like right nearby. So we need ours too. Ian, did you ever see the animated film When the Wind Blows? Yes, as a child I did, and I read the magazine, and I read the comic strip because it was in my local library, and I suppose it haunted me as well. Um, it didn't feel qualified to vote. Not qualified, maybe overqualified, maybe I overthink it. Like we said earlier, if I had gone in there and ticked the no confidence, none of the above, to me that's just the same as not going. And if I honestly look back, then I would have literally have been writing none of the above for the last 30 odd years, 20 odd years, 25 odd years, or whatever age you can start, 16, 18. And yet, like my friend Dave said earlier, he said, well, it's the end of the UK. And I go, well, okay. Not that when it happens we'll deal with it kind of issue, because that was obviously the Kryptonian, the Kryptonian. You could draw a big dick and balls on the ballot. That's always fun. Yeah, but then I would have been moaned at for whatever I'd have done. And that's actually, you know what? And that's one other reason of why I didn't vote, because I wanted my choice. You know, my choice was to not vote for any of them, to not vote at all. Um, Ultimately, I could have done anything that anybody else would have asked me to have done, but then I would have just been doing it because of them. Oh, I need a pistol. I need a pistol. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you're all fucked now. Campbell's like, oh shit. Like, yeah. Combat's enabled, fools. Bang. Oh, yes. That was a good shot. Okay, now you all got to catch up. And a lot of the time it's like, well, you should make your own decision, and it's in the case of free will and a free vote. It's yes, I made my decision, and I stand by it, and it will be considered wrong by a lot of people, but that is also the thought process for a lot of the other sides. A lot of people right now are thinking, well, you voted wrongly for whatever we went for. And like I said, as a 37-year-old man who's lived in this country all of his life, lived in the UK, I'm not patriotic. Far from it. You know, traditions and all those healthy values of, hey, let's do it this way. It's like, well, okay, fine, but oh, good shot. But at the same time, we have to listen to everybody's point of views, and everybody has such a different opinion and point of view that it's a scary, scary world we live in. I'm 62 and I always vote. Yes, totally. I mean, I'm only 37 and I've only ever voted once, and even then, I realised how horrible the voting system was. I mean, I said this earlier. I voted for the Liberal Democrats back in the day because obviously I was at that stage where people were saying to me, "Oh, you should do it," and I suppose a part of me was sick and tired of just having to argue all the time. People couldn't just accept that I didn't want to vote. Go, 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 go! Don't shoot me! 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 And then I voted for the Liberal Democrats, and they just handed it over to the Tories. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa! I didn't vote for them. Oh, well, we just kind of evened it out because it was a coalition. No, 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 no. A coalition is like a council. No, we just handed it to David Cameron. You know, what have the Romans ever done for us? Yeah, I remember seeing that when I was younger and thought, that's exactly where I stand. I'm just like, what have they done? But coming from the other angle, I'm like, we still work, we still pay our taxes, we still eat and sleep, the sun still rises and falls, and are we not just doing what we need to do to get through a daily grind for all of us? There was a lot of kick up and stink about obviously the people migrating over through Europe and coming to the UK. Which I bet you they're probably really regretting now. Sorry, I'm trying to make a light joke of the situation. Um, but I've never once stood there with a racist view of how people can go from one country to another, and simply because you don't know where they're coming from. And then over time, that just kind of made me have that same viewpoint of other people's views. Like, why don't you like Highlander the movie? Why do you like Highlander 2 more than that? Oh, because you watched Highlander 2 at a special time in your life, and it was quite good for you for that time. And okay, right, well, I'll just shut up then and go back in my corner. Yeah, sorry, Campbell. I got a gun and I was just shooting. But this is a standard race, so we'll have one standard race, and then See what happens. I vote for Willy Wonka. He premeditated the murder of multiple children. Yeah, I was wondering how we got to Willy Wonka. Actually, I didn't shoot you in the back. I shot you in the head. So yeah, if you watch it from the point that he purposely went out of the way to kill those children. You take on other people's views, and yet you don't understand why Scotland might want to leave the UK. But I said it earlier, didn't I? Um, I um, I I see Scotland want to leave the UK, but then half the Scots want to stay with the UK. It's hard, it's crazy how they have to be part of it, and they have to be part of something anyway. I mean, they can, just like Wales and Ireland, they can try to have their own government, but it's like that. Was it, there was a film, wasn't there, where there was a film where a guy tried to make his own country inside his home. And he had his own flag, and he had his own kind of his own economy, and it almost started a war. That's the horrible thing, isn't it? Why, we want to step away from you. Why? Because we want to have our own thing. Well, that's basically what we want. Can we not work together and get the same thing together? Because ultimately, that's where we're going to end up at some point in the future. It's just going to get cheaper. There's a subtle difference between knowing there's always another perspective and cultivating an opinion. Does the UK need to be part of something? Does anybody need to be part of anything? You're an individual. We said this earlier, didn't we? There's no I in team, but there's three I's in individual. And and a group of individuals makes up a team. Or a group of individuals working for the same goal can make up a team. The individuals can work singly on their own, because you have to confidently be able to have that faith that those people can work on their own to get things done. Like I said, I don't know. I overthink these things. This is why I drink. People say, why do you drink? To just try to block out all the noise. Maybe I'm too empathic. When I was younger, I was very just kind of very selfish in my own right. Because I was very young. I was concentrating in my own thought process. And then yet when I got older, I was expected, or I suppose it was morally. Oh, Campbell, there's guns. I was morally obliged to think about other people before I thought of myself. It's just so strange. Oh, we're going to see Campbell. I'm going to try to concentrate on Campbell's racing at the moment, because he knows I'm right behind him with a pistol, and at any point I can shoot him in the back of his head. But I'm not going to. I'll be good. I'll keep you in the lead. Actually, I'll keep you in the lead. See, empathic. I could easily just shoot you in the head and take the money for myself. Ow, ow, ow! Don't make me shoot you. Go on, I'm gonna let you win, Campbell. I'm gonna let you win. I don't need to win. So keep up. Just keep up. Is the other person even racing? I don't even think they're racing. Ow! Stop shooting my horse. Trees. Watch out for the trees. Oh, he is coming. You best keep pushing your horse, because this guy might come up out of nowhere and just, steal it. Oh, sorry, my fault. That was unintentional. That was an accident. That was a complete accident. Jeremy Corbyn was always going on about other countries having their rights to freedom, but not Scotland, apparently. See now, and was he a massive racist? Or is the Labour Party racist? There you go, Camel. See? I shot her. Didn't need to shoot her. It's a bit unfair. Favoritism. This is favoritism. You know what? To keep it even, I'll come in third and let the girl take it third place. Take second place, sorry. I'm not that much of a bastard. I may be a bastard, but I'm not a fucking bastard. That's a film quote. What film is that from? I may be a bastard, but I'm not a fucking bastard. Let's see how the Shelfers do. No, but the Tories. See, now the Tories, yeah, they are definitely... Here they come. Hey! Oh, we're going the wrong way. Oh, I missed the marker. Ah, Mr. Marker, you're gonna have to stop her. I missed that marker back there. Ah, crap. Come on, let's go. See, part of me also feels like the whole, you know, there is a very strong underlying racism issue within the United Kingdom that slightly, maybe partially, slightly controls the political agenda and or the whole media outlet itself. And until we can get a firm grip on that, which I think over time is actually happening. Oh, Campbell, she's gonna beat you. Is she gonna beat you? Oh, no, I missed it. I haven't got her. Yeah, too far. Too far. Ian, any favourite food you like? Oh, macaroni and cheese, man. Macaroni, cheese, pizza. Like, I'll eat anything, really. That's because I grew up in a household where, you know, you either ate or you did not. And you finished your plate. You don't like liver? Well, tough shit. You best eat it. So I kind of grew to love it. Nice. Stuart Schaefer. Oh, wait. No. Who else has got it? Matt Midgley got it. Daydreaming Davey got it. Yes. Yes. Off the shelf points for everybody who got it right. I'm pretty sure it's a quote from The Little Mermaid. Or maybe a bastard if I'm not fucking bastard. Neighbours, when Kylie and Jason split up. Oh, yeah. I remember watching The Delinquents with Kylie Minogue back in the day. You know, she'd done Neighbours and then just came out with the Jason and Kylie singles. And then she was in The Delinquents from Australia. And that was a big hit over, actually. It's another country that doesn't have too much going for it, is it, Australia? I mean, they just have it just as almost as bad as everybody else. I mean, obviously, you know, I'm sure, like the Amazonian tribesmen probably have it worse off than anybody. But then they are ultimately free. More freedom than anybody else. Who is free nowadays? Are we free men? Or are we just working for a system that we actually enjoy? See, Adam Garrett got it. I'm in Australia and it's shit. Hey man, we're in the UK and it's shit over here. And from what I hear from Mr. Tick Tick, it's shit over in America as well. I'm pretty sure if everybody in the chat sounded off, it would probably be a pretty shit. What? There was a Neighbours computer game? Oh, I'm gonna get Gary to fucking get that shit. We're fucking doing a Gaming Friday on Neighbours, the computer game. That's when good neighbors become good friends. Oh, you had the same idea. Right, can we, before I come off, because it's like 30 minutes before we come off, can we do a infighting? Nope, still not lighting up. Let's do a hunt the leader then. Let's get a hunt the leader on the go. Ow, don't. Careful. Bloody New Zealanders and their guns. I mean, you live in New Zealand, Campbell, but sometimes I feel like you're heavily American there. Let's get the yeah. Right. Okay. Did it activate? Hello there, friend. I don't think it activated. You know, I think this sometimes happens when there's a new DLC coming out. It does kind of get a bit glitchy. I bet you if I turned off my Xbox, it would come back for with an update already. Right. Well, okay. Well, that the hunter leader's not activating. I do want to hunt the leader before we come off. Come on, hunt the leader. Doesn't activate. Oh wait. Oh, here we go. Oh, we're in Saint Denis anyway. Sorry, I just looked at the chat and then that heard that thing up. Let's get up somewhere high, because if there's anybody in Saint Denis, they're can we climb up? No, can't climb up there. Oh, sticking on the graphics. Sticking on the graphics, Cambo. Nope, too thin of a wall. Can't climb up that. We got that? No, it's too thin. The wall's too thin. Shame can't shimmy up the drain pipe. Oh, what about this? Can we go up here? No. Can't find any way. Oh, that kind of annoys me in video games when you can blatantly see a second level, but there is just no way to get up there. You know, and you literally have to glitch the game in certain aspects to. Oh well, the stairs will help. Stairs will help. Oh, must be. Was it midday? $7:06 p.m. Yeah, let's get our stuff ready because could be somebody nearby. Drink the moonshine. Don't drink the moonshine. Drink that. Drink one of them. Can I change my card as well quickly before I? Okay, watch my back for a second, Campbell, because I am changing a card. There we go. Can I see anybody? Is anybody coming near? Catch you later, Supai. Take it easy. Have a good day at work. You know I'll be doing that shit later. Is that somebody coming up the road? Is somebody coming up the road now? He's not riding. He's just riding off. He's not actually red. Am I excited for the Resident Evil 3 remake? Yeah, but I was saying this to Gary a couple of days ago. I'm excited, but then I'm like, it's Resident Evil. You know, I've been to Raccoon City a lot, and I didn't even do Resident Evil 2, which I should have. I just shot that guy in the back of the head. He's gonna be well pissed. You know, I've still got Resident Evil 2 to do, but the remake. But I've already done Resident Evil 2 before, so obviously I know what's going on. I know for a fact Gary is mad excited for Resident Evil 3, so he'll definitely be buying it, and then I'll be definitely borrowing it off him when and if I ever decide to get off this bloody game. Where is he? He is there. Oh. He made it underneath. Oh crap! Sorry, that was my fault. Which is, oh, he nailed you. That was a good shot. Okay, what about there? Oh, there you are. I see you, friend. I see you, baby. Shaking that ass. Oh, gotcha. That was close. He almost had me then. Fair. I mean, in fairness, he's a level 8 and I'm 240, so it's kind of unfair. But look at him. He's so peaceful when he's dead. Let's jump to this one. Jump over. Where are you? Oh, I missed you. Oh, I missed you again. Oh, he's down there with Campbell. I wonder if the two of them are going to fight it out. Where are you? You're over there. Oh, he nailed him. Shotgunned him. I heard that shotgun blast. What's your gamer tag? I'll add you so I can join you in the future. My gamer tag is, as you can, TJ240. That's capital T, capital J, 240. And obviously, when I'm on here, I'm usually just doing challenges. But when the DLC drops, oh god. So when the DLC drops, that will be the next thing. I'll probably be coming off in a bit and then getting ready to see if there's an update. Where is he coming? Is he down that road? He's down that side. He shot that wagon driver. It's not fair. What is that wagon driver doing? Oh, oh, missed him. Ah, in the roof. Bang in the side of the face. He's got less than 25 seconds. Obviously, Blu-ray. If you Bigfoot 2448, awesome. Well, if you can get onto Red Dead, I can add you to the posse, and then obviously when I activate the posse, because I obviously I stay offline for personal reasons, so that I don't get harassed all the time by jerks. Oh, nailed that guy. Not saying that you are a jerk, but there are a lot of jerks out there. Can I invite you to friends? Oh, and it's just crashed. Really? Right there and then, right at the end. Right. How can you even time that? Right at the end of the stream, it crashes. The Xbox crashes. Can't even time this stuff sometimes. Well, as I respawn and reload to see if there is the DLC out, I want to thank you all for joining me today for today's stream. Obviously, like I said, I know today's not an incredibly nice day for a lot of people out there. I know some of you were happy we talked about it, some of you weren't. But that's the aim for these videos as well, to just kind of get together while I'm playing challenges, so that we can... I mean, it's the way that we get along, isn't it? The human race gets along by talking and challenging each other. And I'm the type of guy that says, hey, yeah, let's talk about that thing that nobody wants to talk about. Let's look at the impossible that may become possible. And let's realize that actually, we've got it shit and they've got it shit and you've got it shit and we're all got it shit. And has it ever been really, really good? Maybe the Garden of Eden was all right at one point before we ate the apple. But I never know. Yes, I know my batteries are low. I'm just waiting for the game to reload in as well. For some reason, Red Dead Redemption 2 is taking too long to start. Well, okay. Well, I'm going to stay on for like I'm going to even it out for 3 minutes, so we can just in case there's a problem, we can be there together as a problem. Like I said, I hope you will have a needs to finish installing. Oh, it's installing. The update. Is there an update? Are you updating? Is there? I don't know. Maybe I should needs to finish installing to have a look. It's updating. You can see it says right there. It says updating. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm quite excited. As you can see all of my different games as well that we could possibly play one day. Alien Isolation, Alien vs Predator, Dark Souls, Duke Nukem 3D. I've also Dylan plays Hello Neighbor. You know the Lego games. The wife loves all the Lego games. Metal Gear. You see my Metal Gear stuff. Oh yeah. I'm a bit of a Metal Gear fan. Did play the Resident Evil 2 for a little bit, but you know, Tomb Raider, that was great. Always really loved that, and that was great too. Star Park, yeah. So if you want, you can add me and then invite me when you. Yes, I will look. I will look into that in a sec. But like I said, thank you all for joining me. I'm going to get the update this weekend, and then hopefully all goes well. If the cities are not burning around us, I will hopefully be on to stream again Monday. Hopefully that'll be episode 50 if I get round to it. But otherwise, I want to thank you all for joining me. I hope you all have a great evening, good afternoon, good morning, and a good night. And I will catch you next time, guys. Peace out. Fist bumps. Boom, boom, boom. Vote red, vote blue, whichever one.